In studio with me is Elizabeth Froemming. Good afternoon, Elizabeth. She is from Trinity Classical Academy. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me today.
How are you doing? Such a big smile.
Doing great today. Thank you.
So I have so many questions. I've spoken to so many people from your school, and they're always such happy people, passionate people, teachers, anyone who's ever come in to interview from Trinity Classical Academy, and no exception here. You just the happiness and the passion seems to just emote.
Well, thank you. It's definitely a wonderful place to work and serve.
So you are the admissions director.
Yes, I am the admissions director. I've been with the school since 2004. So I have two children of my own, one who just graduated from Trinity in May. She's down at UC San Diego, and another daughter who's a sophomore at Trinity.
How did that go when she's in San Diego? Because I'm a mom with a daughter at college, and it was hard.
You know what? She is doing so well, and she's so happy, and she's so well placed. She really chose well. It's a good fit for her. She's academically ready, emotionally ready. So it's a joy.
But
overall.
How's mom?
Well, mom's having a little hard time, but no,
thank you.
Fine.
Okay,
it's all good.
Thank you. At least at least I'm not alone.
No, you're not alone.
Okay, so Elizabeth, Trinity Classical Academy. Give us a little outline of what grades do you serve, and we're going to talk about the differences among public schools, private schools, and Trinity. So let's start out first by what are the grades?
So we serve transitional kindergarten, which is 4 years, 9 months. That's the year right before kindergarten, all the way through 12th grade. And in addition to that, we have the only classical school that houses a special education school, which is our Imago Day school, and that's a school within the school.
I spoke with several of your peers from Imago last time, about a month ago. Just the greatest set of people. I just adore them all. Was it Tim Smith?
Yeah, Tim Smith.
I love them all. And then we had a parent who was talking about she has two of her children, or maybe even three. Just awesome people. Just awesome. How long have you been there?
I have been with Trinity since 2004, so I've started my 13th year with Trinity, and the school's been around for 16 years.
And are things changing as far as education and needs in education, and how as far as education 13 years ago versus today, the standards?
Yeah, I think things really have changed, and although I think that what I hear from parents is they can be a little discouraged when you read the news and think, oh, our test scores are falling, classes are getting bigger, colleges getting more competitive. But I really want to encourage parents that that means that schools are going to be more competitive, and they're going to have more choice. And I think that parents have more choice than ever before. I think parents are becoming a lot more savvy and knowing that they don't have to just take it or leave it. They can manage and direct their students' educational experience, and it's an exciting time to be in education.
Well, see, now it leads me up to another question here. We do have, in this valley, we have some very good schools, both public and private schools, in addition to Trinity. So what sets you guys apart?
Well, certainly the fact that we are a private Christian school is, one of the major distinctions. We do offer a college preparatory environment. Kids can come to us in TK and stay all the way through 12th grade. Of course, the small class sizes and the Christian component is some of the distinctives. And then we have the classical education, which isn't very well known in our valley, but it's sort of the tried and true education that's been around for generation upon generation. We teach kids what they need to know, how to read well, write well, and think well, know what they believe and why they believe it. We equip them to go out in the world, not only for academic success, but to be good citizens and contributors to society.
So you do deal with, something that's very, very important to me as a mom is character and a moral compass. And those things, I'm assuming, are high on the list for you guys.
Yeah, we say all the time, it's not just where they go to college, but who they are when they get there. Mm-hmm. We believe that we believe in the term in loco parentis, which means we represent the parent. We represent you when you can't be there. The school is going to have your kids longer than you do. They're in school so many hours of the day. Mm-hmm. And so you have to know that you can trust the school to act in your stead. That they are going to represent you, and the values at school are going to align with how you'd want them to be at home. And that's why, even though we have great schools, a good place doesn't always mean the perfect fit for your student. So I think it's okay for parents to be intentional about where they want to send their kids. And that's no ding on anybody else. It's just finding the right fit for your student.
What should parents look for? When you're looking, let's say you move into the Valley, so you're new to the area, you have the choices. You can go to there's several new public schools, public schools that are established here. You've got private schools, and you have Trinity Classical. What should they be looking for? They're brand new to the area. What would you say to those parents?
Well, I would say definitely spend time looking for a school like you would researching a car or anything else. You spend all this time looking at it. You don't just have to say, well, that's the school down the street and that's where I'm going to go. The things that I encourage parents to ask are more than just statistics and test scores, which are super important, and you want to know about the academics. That's certainly the foundation. But I would encourage them to ask things outside of that. I love it when parents come and say, what's your mission statement? What is the vision of your school? How do you deal with conflict resolution? What is your idea of character formation? What do you do if my student is struggling? What kind of teachers do you have? Can I see a classroom? Can I sit in on the classroom? You're going to get a feel for whether or not that's a fit for your student. And I always say, parents are parents for a reason. You're the expert on your student, and I want to encourage and empower parents to make that decision for their kids.
There was the last month when we had this wonderful group from your school come in, and they said something, and I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me, it's not verbatim, but the thought stayed with me, and I loved it so much, that you guys teach to the child's needs. Instead of just teaching, you understand what the child needs and how best they're going to learn from your teaching. I'm not a teacher, so I'm paraphrasing, but it's good. Is it really?
Yeah, yes? You did a great job.
So, which just stuck with me because so often, and when I grew up too, and you're in a class and there are 30 kids in that class, and there's one teacher. So basically, it's a generic math lesson, and you get it or you don't. And if you don't, you either don't get good grades, or you have to seek out a tutor, or it's just very generic. And the group that came last time, they were telling me how you guys help individual students. You see their needs, and the direction, and you kind of you cater toward how best it is for them to learn, whatever lesson it is.
Yeah, we try to do that definitely with every student, and we do ongoing training with our teachers to do the individualized instruction and how to reach every learner. In our grammar school, we make sure everybody learns visually, auditorily, and kinesthetically. We know, and all of us favor a certain learning style. Mm-hmm. So what we try to do is not only support that learning style, but encourage and enhance the other learning styles. So I am a visual learner. If you give me directions, I will not be able to remember them without writing them down. I have to write everything down. So with our students, we try to do that. And the small class sizes, the caring staff, we have teachers and TAs in every class. We have academic support. We have supplemental services. We have all these things, ongoing training that are going on. And certainly that's the goal of every school, right? To see the individual.
Absolutely. I want to talk to you more about the school, and I have some other questions, but I need to do some business. We have to do traffic on the 8th.